Alright. So it's finally time to get back into a video where I display off a character build. I made this character on stream as of recent, and a lot of you guys have been asking what kind of build I've been doing. I want to say that this is more of a unique build. I have not seen anybody do a Moze in the way that I have done this Moze. I'm calling this the CDC Moze, Center of Disease Control Moze, and the reason for that is because this works fully and solely on radiation, and I will show you just what I have right here. So here I'm displaying the Wester gun. The Wester gun is a corrosive and radiation hybrid. You can swap between the two because it is Molly 1. It also does splash damage, so it is very, very good for Moze, and I will show you why in just a second when we go over her skill points. I'm also using a radiation flacker. This is radiation, and it also does splash damage, which also works with Moze's skill points. And right here, this is probably my main weapon, the Phasor. This thing was buffed recently. It is also radiation, and its terror anointment is very, very unique. Gain ammo regeneration. The more terror that you have, the higher the bonus is. My shield that I'm using is the red suit. So no matter what kind of damage I'm doing with radiation, you will not get hurt by radiation. If you're using a Jericho rocket launcher, for example, you will not get hurt by the radiation damage because you are immune to it. When this shield breaks, you do a radiation Nova Blast. While this thing is full, you can drain it for some weapon damage as well. So I'm continuing using the Mervtacular Hex. It is a Merv grenade so that you can get 6 grenades out of this thing. It is also radiation. I'm using a Blastmaster comm so that I can get some radiation resistance. I don't really need it because I already have 100% radiation resistance. However, the shield recharge rate passive on this thing will really help the red suit, so you can get more Novas off, so that you can get more weapon damage off, and just so that you can stay alive a little bit longer. I have pistol damage as a passive on here because if something is immune to radiation, I just have a standard Devil's Foursome just to do some major splash damage. Finally, the thing that makes this build complete. The Atom Bomb Cosmic Crater. The aura damage and the aura burst damage is increased for radiation on this thing, respectively by 50% and by 18%. You get a passive for elemental resistance, incendiary resistance, and you also gain max health from this thing. This will make all of your splash damage stuff that I was just talking about earlier with radiation bigger, do more damage, and make it more effective overall. To get into some of the skill points, I'm not going to be going over them all, so feel free to pause the video here and take screen caps if you want to copy this build directly. But the main skills that we work off of is redistribution. Now, if you notice, I have 2 points into it because of my Blastmaster comm. It gives 1 extra point into redistribution. So we're getting ammo regeneration of 10% of magazine, and it lasts for 3 seconds. Some for the road, I have infinite ammo whenever I leave Iron Bear. And this is the Demolition Woman skill tree that we use. The main ones that we use here is Means of Destruction. For whenever Moze deals splash damage, you add ammo. Pull the Holy Pin so that your grenades can crit. Vampire so that you can get health back. To the Last is really, really good. You can throw nades while and fight for your life if you're ever in danger. And finally, Short Fuse. Whenever Moze deals gun damage, there's a chance of a secondary explosion centered on the target. If we're constantly doing ammo regen into this Phasor, especially while terrified in the new maps, I'm just throwing ammo into this thing constantly doing gun damage and radiation damage. If I'm going to keep on firing, Short Fuse has a very good chance to proc often, and it's going to be just effective overall. The Phasor gets so much ammo into it. The way that I have this set up is I can actually cancel my own reloads with grenades so that I can just keep on firing the gun, and I will try to show an example of that with good old Captain Hunt over here. Stay tuned. Now, mind you, I do have this on Mayhem 1. And I have this on Mayhem 1 just so that I can properly display how this build works and why it works. What I want you guys to do is I want you to take a look at my ammo. Look how constant that is regenning. I just jumped up from like 8 all the way up to 20. I have not reloaded it once this entire fight, and I've already taken him down to his first immunity phase. I use the Wester gun to take out the little shield things because I can swap between corrosive and radiation just at will. And this is one of the only Molly 1 guns in the game where you do not have a charge up. Okay, so you can see I have to reload. I throw a nade, I cancel my reload. Throw a nade, cancel my reload. Throw a nade, cancel my reload. And I still have ammo in here, so I can constantly fire. Look at that. Cancel my reload, keep on firing, back in his immunity phase. I took a manual reload there on purpose, just so that I could be set for the next kill. But I did not have to do that. I could just keep on firing, and I am completely fine. To navigate a little bit away from the build for a second, whoever made this Captain Haunt theme did a brilliant job. Okay, so now we're going to show off what Summon to the Last do. We'll go in Iron Bear. We'll leave Iron Bear. Now watch my ammo. It doesn't move. It just does not move. Melts off enemies like they're nothing. That was short fuse there when you saw that explosion, because I'm just constantly doing gun damage. Look at that regen, all the way back up to 48. I only reloaded this gun once throughout the mobbing phase and throughout all 3 of his immunity phases just because I wanted to. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely amazing. I don't know how viable this build is on Mayhem 2 or 3. I know that it works in 1 very, very well, and there's no problems with it. If I were to change anything to make it more Mayhem 2 and above viable, I would actually change out the red suit. And I would probably change this out to maybe a stopgap just for survivability. Because if your shields drop, you have a good opportunity to gain more shield back so that you can stay alive a little bit longer. Having this sort of passive on your Blastmaster so you can get more shield recharge rate into your stopgap would be nice. And it also has radiation resistance on it anyways, so you're doing pretty well. And with this thing's passives, you get some elemental resistance on top of that, the other resistances that the Blastmaster comm have. So these two together do really, really well just by themselves. The 100% radiation is just so I don't make a mistake with either my Hex, my Flacker, or trying to find my Jericho here. Somewhere in here. I have an Annex Jericho somewhere. It's a ×2 rocket launcher. You can switch fire rates. It blows up the field and doesn't do any damage to you. It is very, very, very good in clutch situations in case you need it. Here it is right here. This one is anointed as well, so the next 2 magazines will have 50% bonus to radiation. If you exit Iron Bear and you want to nuke a field really, really quickly, this is the way to do so. I do not recommend using this in co-op because you're going to blow up your friends and it's going to be like a Monopoly game all over again. Yeah, this is my Radiation Moze build. I think I had a lot of fun doing this, and it's probably one of my main characters now. You guys have been asking for this Radiation Moze for a while, and you guys seem to think it's unique, so I decided to post it. If there's any other builds that you want to see me do, attempt, try, let me know, and I will definitely take a shot at them and do a display of them. Remember, I do Twitch 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm on at 5:30 p.m. CST, where we're always making up builds, doing tutorials and all that jazz. If you want to keep up with me at a more consistent rate, that is the way to do so. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. If you liked it, make sure to knock a like on this video. It does help out and it does go a long way. It means the world and a half to me. Thank you all so much.